back. The time is now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV, live from the Twat Studios. Me and the Mighty Win, 7 in the morning in the U.S. It is 1 p.m. in the United Kingdom. And he's just waking up, by the way. That's his morning. I can already tell when he's waking up. But anyways, how's it going, fellas? How's it going, lasses? Welcome to another show full of discussion, and we're going to open up a can of worms. And we're going to discuss...
Is there any other sort of can?
Yeah, that's true. We're going to discuss the truth behind Alexander Isak and his current situation. What happened? Because you did a video that done pretty well, where people were bashing you, of course, but this is the usual stuff, But you were asking, how long have we known? Yeah, that's a fair question, actually. How long have we known? And
the whole point, which I said in the video, was
a lot of people reacted well, by the way. So it's a good video.
If Alexander Isak wants to go, let him go. It doesn't matter. What we've done, it's all about timing. If we had known that Isak was unhappy about the situation and was exploring other options 3 or 4 months ago, then what we should have done when we're in for Ekitike and Liverpool came in with a hardball plan, if you don't sell us Isak, we're going to get Ekitike, we should have said, right, here's the deal. If we had any inclination, as opposed to he's staying, he's not for sale at any price that we were getting from the club. If they had said then to Liverpool, behind the scenes, right, this is a deal, right? We'll sell you Alexander Isak, but you say absolutely nothing until we've gone out and got all the players we need to cover his position. Let us do that, and then we'll sell you Alexander Isak. Well, and I had that conversation with Isak as well, so there would have been no going back on it if we'd got Ekitike and whoever else we get, and then, refuse to sell him, which would have been another option, of course, if you wanted to play a really hard ball and be smart about it. But what we haven't done is been smart at all. We've put ourselves now in the weakest position we could possibly be. If, for example, we'd known before the summer, let's say, after the Carabao Cup, after which point in time, his form dipped dramatically. Right. And by all accounts, that's when he'd been approached. Well, so if we had known then, we could have got 150 million easy for him from Arsenal.
Well, we're gonna talk about that. First and foremost, everybody pause for a second. Smash that like button. That's your first call to action. Please smash that like button. Hit that like button. Help us. If you like what you see, you like us. You're watching us. You're interacting with us. Hit that like button. I know it's easy to forget, but please jump out of the chat. Hit that like button right now. Everyone, please do that as we're speaking. And then, of course, you can super chat your comment that will guarantee to be read out loud. You help support the channel. Also, super sticker, gift memberships away, or become a member yourself and enjoy special perks. Right now, what we're doing is getting the highlights from different shows and the hottest topics, the hottest takes, and uploading some of those for members. So, and we got to do giveaways. We got a few that we need to do. So please become a member and enjoy the perks as we get going. We're gonna have live shows, etc. So as the season gets going, I'd rather say. So, all right. Alexander Isak. First of all, there's a rumor that Eddie Howe told his counterparts that he's not hopeful. He was doubtful of Isak a month ago. And to speed because he, according to that, I need to find it actually, that he rates Sesko more than he won the kid that went to Liverpool, Ekitike. So, but none of that makes sense.
Well, you know, that is just pure hearsay and speculation.
I need to find
I
a thing.
agree with them, by the way, but if that is the case, but nonetheless, you know, but again, anybody to absolutely confirm what Eddie has said to whoever, I just I don't believe it. Somebody get fix.
All right. So first of all, Ben Jacobs just reported just right now at 5:36 a.m., which was a little less than an hour and a half ago. Basically for everybody. What is 5:36? 11:36 a.m. in the UK. Ben Jacobs saying Alexander Isak is not currently engaging with Al Hilal. Instead, a move for Darwin Nunez is possible for the Saudi side. So, giving you an update on the current situation for Alexander Isak. Senior ministry executives told Newcastle that they would be prepared to bid 150 million euros, but no encouragement from Isak's side at all. He remains open to Liverpool and has no plans at this stage to sign a new deal at Newcastle. He has no plans at this stage to sign a new deal at Newcastle. Parties far apart on terms, and Isak remains frustrated a new contract wasn't offered 12 months ago. We're going to go into Craig Cope's article in a minute, but let's react to that post alone. A lot to digest from this one, Mighty Win, because first of all, he remains that Liverpool is his option and has no plans at this stage to sign a new deal with Newcastle. It seems like his mind is made up.
Well, the first thing about him going to Saudi is that even if Saudi give us 250 million for him, which there'd be nothing to stop them doing, the 190 million pounds profit that we make, because it's an associated party, it's classed as an associated party because the same company own both clubs. That's not, that can't go into your balance sheet. It will go into your actual balance sheet as far as the government's concerned or anything like that. But as far as the football authorities are concerned, it doesn't form any profit.
So either way,
so if we sold him to Saudi, we get our 63 million back. You know, you recoup that, but you don't have another 180 million.
We can't use that for PSR, basically.
Correct.
But okay. To be honest, money at this point is not irrelevant, but most importantly, we don't want to sell a player. But it seems like there's no encouragement from Isak to sign a new contract, and that is a travesty. But both parties apart from on terms, and he remains. A new contract wasn't offered. He remains frustrated that a new contract wasn't offered 12 months ago. At some point, I get it. You're upset about that, but mate, you know, if you really wanted to stay, you would say, listen, give me this money, or else we won't. Well, listen, I don't know what's being said, obviously, but where else do you go? Okay,
even if we'd given him a new contract, then right, the absolute tops that we would have been offering him 12 months ago would have been 200k a week, let's say. That's the absolute tops. That would have made him top earner, and I don't think we would have gone much above that anyway. So even if we'd done that then, it would have been costing us 80 grand a week up till now, and you would still know that he can get 300,000 a week anywhere else he goes. Or thereabouts, you know, a lot more than 200. Put it like that. There was a list came out that I saw yesterday. I can't remember where of the top paid player. There's currently about 30 players, believe it or not, in the Prem, whose total packages exceed 300k a week, and some of the names on that would blow your mind. Because they've never played a league game for donkey's years. But anyway, you know, it's just a sharp. Again, as I said, to kind of Paul Mitchell phrase, the hierarchy at the club now is simply not fit for purpose. End of.
It was Graham Bailey that said Eddie Howe instructed Newcastle recruitment team to do work on Benjamin Sesko earlier this month, as revealed per TBR Football. And I believe he also said, I don't want to quote, but I can remember that he wasn't hopeful on he was wary of the Isak situation, so he told him to do that. If that is true and that didn't happen, I mean, we are truly knackered, man. I mean, what's going on here? Queen of Heart, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate you so much. They're going to Celine McKnight. They're going to Trevor Smith. This is the first time I'm seeing a Smith with a Y.
Yeah. Well, it's not the first time I've seen Smith with a Y. It might even be Smythe, because there are some Smythes, but I can't imagine a Smythe supporting the Toon.
I cannot believe it.
And if I'm wrong, I truly apologize, Trevor.
Terry Cook, you're supposed to be a member, man, long-time member of the channel. But anyways, welcome back, Sean Gilly and Tom Spencer. Welcome to the NTTV Plus membership.
There. Welcome.
Appreciate that, and of course, don't forget to renew your membership once it's up. And that way you continue to support the channel and enjoy perks. Terry Bilton says, "Why is Wynn's face like the sun? It's very red." Yeah, man. What's up with your lighting, man? You're knackered.
I haven't got me lighting on today. I've just got.
Come on now,
Alexa, smart plug on.
Oh, look at the mighty Wynn, man. Look at him doing what do you call it? Technology work.
Hey man, we're not a dinosaur.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Queenie, for that kind gifted memberships to everybody. Jay says the time for PIF to step down is now with a new CEO position. Well, they're not going to do that, obviously. There's no such thing as the owner stepping down. So it is what it is. But actually, Trolls did send something in there. Let me see, Trolls. Oh, there you go. Unfortunately, these don't get highlighted. We have to look for them. Trolls celebrating 14 months of membership. The hierarchy at the club failed our owners. Wait, what?
It's
When
regardless of which way it is, there's a failure there for all to see. Whether it's PIF not appointing the right people and not keeping the lines of communication order, or whether it's the people they've appointed not up to the job, it's something along those lines. And PIF, who are ultimately responsible, should have been able, with their wealth of business experience, they should have been able to identify the fact that this regime at Newcastle ain't working.
My only problem is that we can't salvage this. That we can't save this. And that we're just, it is what it is. We're gonna sell them. I think that we need to do everything not to sell them, but we'll still go and get Cisco. Crypto Rambo says it's 5 a.m. here in LA, and still I can't believe all of this. Just sell and move on. Love you, Win. Shout out to Crypto Rambo, man. Appreciate that, mate. 5 a.m. in LA, yes, 2 hours Pacific time, 7 a.m. in Central Time, USA. So appreciate you, mate, waking up early. It takes some dedication being a Toon fan now overseas. We ain't got it easy like Mighty Win. You know what I mean? Wake up late, go to drink beer, and do all that crap. We don't do none of that, man. Just letting you know what proper fans do.
Which you prove when you got over here, drinking pints of water.
All right, let's go to the article, shall we? And your comments will be scrolling through, so keep them friendly.
Can I just say, in answer to that question, though, that what would be your, where we are right now, what would be your ideal scenario? What would you like to see happen? If, for example, we could persuade Isak to stay for another year, would that make you happy?
Well, I told you, the thrill is gone. So when the thrill is gone, you are just extending what's going to be inevitable. However,
and here's the thing. You are not alone there. There's umpteen tens of thousands of Newcastle fans who are saying even if Eddie could persuade him to stay on for another year, it's no good. Da-de-da-de-da.
Well, the thrill is
But I
gone, man.
disagree
It's
with
gone.
that.
Well, listen,
Surprisingly.
listen. I think
If
that
we can persuade Alexander Isak to stay, it's a massive, massive feather in our cap.
well, it is true, but and I think that he scores goals, people will forget about it. So that's a footballer. Thank you, trolls, for the super chat. Says 50 North Korean krona. Why is it all krona, man? Why can't it be like Australians got? What is krona?
Well,
What?
it's an old. It means
It- it-
crown. And
okay. So it's an old currency.
we used
Right.
to have crowns in the UK as well.
Thank you, appreciate it. Trolls 50 North Korean krona there. It says the owners trusted the hierarchy. They
I've
failed
got
our
an
owners.
echo here, Chris.
I don't know why. It's that simple, in my opinion. You still got an echo.
Yeah, since you put that up.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
it. That's it. Done.
Okay, now there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what it is now. Thank you very much, trolls, for that kind super chat. Lee NUFC, get him going. He won't give. Get him going. He won't get 100%. Listen, if he starts scoring goals, people will forget about it.
You're saying he won't give 100%. If he doesn't give 100%, if he doesn't perform, he'll not get his move. The reason he's getting his move is because he's been performing.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I mean, well, we're talking about the relationship with Isak and Davey Porter. Porter has says the thrill has well gone. So very much doubt a new stadium is on the horizon. Well, the thrill is going as far as everybody's concerned, according to him. My point is this, because you asked me a question, then you answer for me disrespectfully. The thrill is gone because we know what's going to happen. Because this divorce is inevitable. We are just extending it for one more season.
Having a few more nights passion.
A few more nights of passion, thinking we're back, but we're not back. It's just a couple more months, and it's done. And so, listen, and Isak has proven that Newcastle is not his. This is a stepping stone club for him. It's proven. But once you say you can't take back certain things you say or do. And listen, some people may have a point
what
in
he
that.
said.
He is when he tells that he's exploring his options and he's going to go somewhere.
That's all he said.
Yeah, as Andy Bell said, if my wife told me I'm exploring my options, don't worry. Screw that, man. I'm worried. So and my wife, you see my wife's latest photo session, man. If she tells me she's exploring her options, I'm knackered. She got a beautiful photo session done. Queen of Hearts, thank you for the super chat. Even if Isak stays, he's already made up his mind. Money breeds a different kind of monster, as we now see. Did he know last season? The problem is, did we know last season? So let's go to the article here and see what's going to happen. Blaming people that brought our success is the most brainless take ever from our fans, in my opinion. But it's not such. Here's the thing. Yeah, that happened, right? And by the way, you can argue that it was the players and Eddie Howe that got our trophy success, which we won a cup, but in qualifying for Europe, but they spent well one time, and but what else was the success?
Overspent.
Taking care of the surrounding areas, the training ground as they're doing supposedly, all of that. Yeah, I get you, but I want to. What is really what they brought to the table? I mean, listen, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but if we want to, we can do a whole show on that and see how what PIF has done for the club, which I think has done well. Just getting rid of Mike Ashley was different. Kenzie says, "Sorry, Chris, but we're not a stepping stone club for Isak. It's about the bag and that's it." Well, it's about the bag and the prestige and all of that. Listen, let's not sugarcoat it. Let's be straightforward. Liverpool, for any player right now, checks all the marks of a footballer. All of them. Money, most importantly. Legacy, which is last, in my opinion. And what's important as well is about winning stuff. They can win it all. We're not in that position, unfortunately. I think, Wayne, you'll agree with me. when it comes to competing for other players, when it comes to Liverpool and other clubs, there's a few, by the way. It's not everybody. If Man United would have came for Isak, he's not leaving. I guarantee you that. He's not leaving. Arsenal were very much interested. He not once said he's exploring his options. So now that is for Isak, I'm saying. I don't think that's for everybody. I certainly don't see that from Bruno, from Joe Linton, which both players have made subtle statements, by the way, after this whole thing. We're going to get into Eddie Howe, who spoke to as well. Let's go through the article because we're wasting time. The hidden truth, Alexander Isak and why he wants to leave Newcastle. Craig Hope reveals why the star was furious with Paul Mitchell and what he really wants in a twist that could see him sign a new deal. If we manage to sign a new deal, more than staying for another season, sign a new deal, that would be a massive victory for Newcastle United. It would be beyond belief if he's able to sign a new deal, but we're going to have to give him a lot of money, man. So when Newcastle, what is it? How do you say that? Reneged? Reneged. The hell, man? Speak English, man. Reneged on what Alexander Isak thought was the promise of a new contract last summer. It was always likely to be the case when, and not if he would tell the club that he wanted to leave.
When and not if.
Yeah. As revealed exclusively by Mail Sport on Thursday, the 25-year-old has now informed the hierarchy of his desire to explore a move away, with Liverpool poised to make a British record offer. Former co-owner Amanda Stavely and Godusi were the allies who reassured Isak and his camp in March of last year that improved terms were on the way. Improved terms could mean anything. He's only on 120, I think. So the husband and wife team left the club in July against their wishes, and a new management structure were established, with Chief Executive Darren Neils appointing Paul Mitchell as sporting director. Mitchell, not without reason, given the club's profit and the PSR situation, took the view that Isak had 4 years to run on his contract and was already among the top earners. And the Swede was told that the salary he wanted and expected would not be forthcoming. An accountancy decision, yes, but one that failed to account for the human reaction at the other end of it. Woo, and the drama continues, my dear. So what do you make out of that? We can criticize Paul Mitchell, and I do, but he said due to PSR reasons.
Yeah. He said for a variety of reasons, some of which were absolutely accurate. The salary wasn't. You're talking about what? Another.
Well, so but that's a new contract then. That's what we're talking about, getting him a new contract. So,
yeah, but again, I don't think they would have been talking about anywhere near the figures that he's capable of getting elsewhere.
You don't.
We should have been able to pay that. I'm absolutely certain.
I honestly don't think. I don't know.
But I think it was Paul Mitchell, Billy Big Bollocks, coming in and saying, no. Stick where you are, son.
I don't know why we can't give him $300K a week. I mean,
I don't think he's worth $300K a week.
Oh, he's worth $300K, man. See,
put
your agenda aside. Put your agenda aside.
No, listen. Well, I can't put it aside, can I? Given the circumstances.
Well,
this is not me 20/20 hindsight, spurned girlfriend syndrome. How long have me and you had rows about how good Alexander Isak is?
Well, he's good, or Liverpool wouldn't be wanting to pay that amount of money.
Good, he's good. I'm not saying he's not good.
He's going to get $300K a week if he leaves.
Well, whatever. All I'm saying is, watch this space.
No.
However, that still does not mean that I would not be totally prepared if we could now persuade Alexander Isak to sign up for even tell him you can go next year, give us a year, because in that year we might win the Champions League, we might challenge for the league, we might win another cup, and then that might change your mind. And if we could do that, it wouldn't bother me. It would bother loads and loads of people who go on about loyalty and commitment, and he wouldn't be where he was if it wasn't for us, which I believe is true, by the way. I don't think he would be the player he is now if we hadn't geared our
true.
tactics around him, which you don't know that Liverpool are necessarily going to do that, because their tactics right now are all geared to getting the ball to Salah.
Yeah, but I mean that would, you can say that about any.
And we'll
top
see
player,
how good a coach Klopp is as well, by the way,
Yeah,
with all the money he's spent.
What about it, man? Right now, Alexander, why can't we give Alexander Isak 300K? Do you think it's impossible for us to do that?
Yes. I don't think it's impossible for us to do it from a financial point of view.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, no, but I think it's impossible for us to do it from a logistical point of view, because if he's on 300K, what's Tonali going to say? Who I think, by the way, is our best player.
Yeah, but then, so what are you talking about? You agreed the other day with me that it is what it is, and life is life, and people get paid more than others. So why are you bringing up now?
Yeah. Well, because I think Tonali would then be entitled to say, whoa, hang on a minute.
Tonali, I agree with you.
And by the way, Tonali owes us a hell of a lot.
No, I think he's paid that with interest, to be honest. But yeah, I agree with you. At some point, you can do that. And actually, there's no doubt that you can, but not everybody has the right to do that. I'm sorry, but
not everybody. No,
Bruno, and I'm gonna get fans, against me right now. That's fine. But Bruno is where he needs to be. Bruno, he can shout, and the fans love when he goes to the stands and he does and all that stuff, and that's perfect. But his play to me is not as important as Tonali's, right? And I think he's on a pretty good salary. What, 170, 160?
He's top earner.
So he's where he needs to be. Joe Linton, sure, as hell, needs to stay where he's at. I'm going with the names that everybody looks at and says, "My God, Toon legend." Right now, because new fans and fans that are been subjugated for a long time, they have it good now, and so they think that these are Toon legends, right? I read somewhere from a guy on X saying that Isak is a Toon legend, but if he wants to, Isak is no Toon legend. Come on, let's be honest, man.
No, he's not.
So he's a great player in the present as we speak, but he is no Toon legend, just like none of these guys are. We'll see what happens. But only a few, if 2 or 3, deserve to be on incredible wages. So we don't really have that type of player. Man, everybody that we've needed to negotiate and got a new contract got a new contract. To be honest, Gordon, we don't even know if he's.
And they got a new contract. Who's on agendas now? He got a new contract. Bruno did, and the rest did, and the rest accepted that they were getting paid less than Bruno because of Bruno's influence on the club and what he's done since he came here. And as for performances for Bruno, Isak wouldn't be who he is without Bruno.
Yeah, come on, man.
He's been integral in probably the build-up of, I don't know, 80% of his goals.
Come on, man. Then so now you're gonna want Murphy.
And never present, never gets injured. Yeah. Bruno's worth every penny, mate.
Oh, what he's getting paid, exactly. He doesn't deserve 300K a week, man. Come on, man. Listen, I get it. You want to have a show where people sympathize with everything we say, perfect. But that's not what I do.
That's what I do either. So
come on,
I'm
man.
not bothered.
I get.
When have I ever been bothered about what anybody thinks about what I say?
I get now that Bruno comes out and talks, and everybody on X and everywhere else is like, yeah,
I'm talking about performances on the pitch.
That's the Toon fan we want. That's the guy we want. War captain. Come on, man. He's a great player. He's getting paid well and deserves every bit of it. But if he says, lads, I want 300K now, he's not getting it.
If Bruno moves, you'll get 250 anyway.
Okay, well, that's cool. We'll see. I don't know about that either. Nathan says, great to have an early afternoon show on Saturday in NUFC Talk TV. Appreciate that, mate. By the way, we got a lot of shows coming your way. Usually now early in the day, late at night, early in the day, late at night. So stay tuned. A lot of stuff to talk about. And I know you guys appreciate Toon Talk. So, we got to bring it to you. We got to give you what you want. I'm taking signatures to take Mighty Wayne off the channel. So if you want to sign up, the link is somewhere. And we need 100,000 signatures.
I haven't even got where's my phone. I'll
Just joking.
send you it right now.
Okay, you want to send this signature? All right. We'll get into some of your comments in a minute. So
Give me
just stay
some
there.
free time again.
Some freedom. You're gonna
Some
explore your
free time.
options. You want to explore your options, like what's his name? Anyways, let's go into the article to continue with what Craig Hope is revealing. Isak was said to be furious when Eddie Howe spoke last season of an unsettled dressing room coming out of the summer.
Was said to be.
That's what I said. Isak was said to be furious.
Yeah, who said it?
Come on, man. Are you kidding me now? So now he's lying. Every time
I'm not saying
somebody,
he's lying.
I
I'm not
swear,
saying
man,
he's
this
lying.
is criminal, man. Every time we hear something that we don't want to hear, we say, "Oh, they're lying. The sources and all of that crap."
No.
Hey,
By the way, I believe he was.
so who?
All I'm saying is, it's typical journalese saying,
Oh, well, then
was said to be. Sources believe.
by the way, we only got 64 likes, man. Come on, 371 people, 556 people watching all together. Smash that like button. Come on now. Pause for a second. Hit that like button. We need you to support the channel. We need you to get those likes up. Come on now. Support the channel. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Hit that like button. All right. He was said to be furious when Eddie Howe spoke last season of an unsettled dressing room coming out of the summer. This was no doubt one of the grievances within it. Did he say unsettled dressing room? Man, I didn't remember that.
Well, you see, that's something I don't believe that's an unsettled dressing room. I tell you what, there might be an unsettled dressing room now because, like I said, Isak could just be the first domino now. What is unsettling the dressing room is our lack of progress in the transfer market. They were all won the cup, finished in the Champions League. They've all been sitting in that dressing room and having conversations between themselves, I'm sure, about, great, right, we're going to get some proper players in now. We've got some money available. There's a Langer in, excellent, Who else is following? And then instead of more coming in, we're hearing one of the crown jewels is leaving.
Langer took forever, man. The striker did not start the season well. He scored 1 goal in 7 matches, and his body language was at times a concern for staff. So this is inside, things that were happening at the time that we were unaware of. In a rare departure from his unusual media strategy, Howe sent a message back to those star players who were underperforming. He would not have done this without speaking to them first, it should be noted. Remember when he said, we need to make sure we're delivering our part as a football club for them. He said in October, but also the player has to perform to that level. If he's saying he has huge ambitions, remember that.
Well, if you remember, when there was unrest with Isak, and that was when Arsenal were linked with him, and he said if Isak wants to play in the Champions League, he's got to perform as if he can.
Well,
play in
he
the
didn't
Champions
respond
League.
to Isak per se, but he responded to the group. If players want it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street, basically.
But that was definitely with relation to Isak. That press conference that he did.
Isak's misgivings were not confined to his bank account, and to believe that with some justification he was being paid way below his market value. He like others wanted to see the club and its Saudi owners show more ambition, not just talk about it in Amazon documentaries. Ooh,
absolutely right.
Roba. Hey, that's right though. But to be fair, Isak got his contract did he get a new contract, or is this the same contract he was always been on?
It's the same one.
But he got a contract, so it's.
But when he came,
last year was when he showed his true talent. So really, there was no room to say, "Well, I've been doing this for 3 seasons and I still got the same contract."
He'd been doing it for 2.
Well, not in the
at that time you're talking about. He'd done 1. He'd got his 20+ in 1.
So exactly, that's what I'm saying. But you can say at the end of this season, which was actually the past
Yeah, but
season.
the previous season, his goals per game was fantastic as well.
Yeah,
The thing was then he was made of glass then, but Callum Wilson was sharing the load with him.
yeah, but there was no such thing as what he's
You
doing
know, they
now.
both got. I think Callum got 18 and he got 17 or something like that.
But again, he was not doing what he's doing now. So now you can say different. So why now? Maybe he was waiting to the end of the
Because he's
season.
playing more games.
Now, but listen though, what I'm trying to say is, it wasn't clear that he was worth what he's asking for.
No.
Now we know that at the end of last season, this year, but maybe he was waiting exactly until the end of the season to see. All right, then I've done what I had to do. Give my contract, and
That's
now
right.
we're.
And by all accounts, he had the conversation with Amanda, and
Well, yeah, that was at the time.
That was at the time, and they said, "Yeah, we'll give you a new contract."
At the, what I'm saying is, he had no reason to be upset during this time we're reading. He had no reason to be upset until the end of last season, which was a couple months ago. And when the season is over, then he can say, "I've done what I've done."
No, but
give
Craig
my
Hope
contract.
there is talking about the
understand
previous
that.
season.
My point is, he had no right to be upset because he hadn't proved anything. He was a good striker, but he hadn't proved to be worth $300K a week. He proved that after everything he done last season.
No, you got your time wrong, kid.
Mate, I'm telling you, when he's
At the
speaking of,
time-
I agree. I agree
time-
with what you're saying. Oh, the timeline where he's speaking of, I agree with that. But at the time, he's not worth $300K a week. When Craig Hope is talking about, he's
No,
not
but
worth
he was
300K a
worth-
week.
He was worth more than 120 a week.
Yeah, but I get it. But
When we signed him, he was our highest paid player. He went on the same wages as Trips, who at the time was our highest paid player.
if we had re-signed, if we could get him, but he wasn't going to get 300K a week at that time that we're speaking of. He's probably been 200.
No. But I agree with you there.
It would have been 200, and then
I
what?
don't think it would have even been that. It would have been probably 170,
Okay, then.
180.
So he would have definitely missed out because we're not going to be negotiating a new contract every season, are we? So he would have missed out on his best season ever as a footballer.
Yeah, but even if we'd done that, even if we'd done it, he would still be in this situation. Right? You're saying we're not going to be negotiating a new contract every season, but hey.
Well, but if that's the case, then we don't need him in the club because that's a footballer that every season he wants more money, and the contract means nothing. And I
Well, hang on.
to-
Proviso. Every season he wants more money, providing he's doing the business.
yeah, but we can't keep doing
And
that.
if he's doing the business, we
No,
should
no.
be showing
so-
the
no.
results of that business financially off the pitch.
I don't agree with that because now we give him 300K, and then this season he scores more goals than last season, and then all of a sudden at the end of this season we're going to say he needs 400K a week. Well, no, we can't do that. We can't keep doing that. This nonsense.
No, that depends on what the market is at the time. What's everybody else getting paid?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not in agreement with that. I mean, we're not. We negotiate a contract right now. We're going to make it much better to where you are living good. Well, he's already living good, but you get the point. 300K a week, but we're not going to be doing this every year, man. No. I don't agree with that crap. Now I understand if we make a substantial jump and become one of the elite clubs, then we can probably do something different. But we got to take care of other players. That's when I agree we got to take care of other players. We also got to bring in players.
That's the problem. If you pay him substantially more than everybody else, that's where the problems start. And then that's also where you end up in a position like Man United, who are paying 300K a week to players who can't even get a game.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the other thing. Players are human beings. And if they think, wow, that's me, I mean, they're already set up for life, but I mean, that's me, really set up for life. Do I really need to put the hard yards in? And then it's down to attitude.
Let's see. Let's continue with the article. The Daily Sport can reveal that he trained on Monday but left the pitch after a few minutes and returned to the main building. He has not trained since. The thigh complaint was first flagged before Saturday's 4-0 defeat against Celtic, but he still didn't travel with the team. and Howe allowed him to return home rather than sit in the stands, especially amid speculation over his future. After the head coach said he hoped and believed that he would be a Newcastle player come the new season, but for those with knowledge on the situation, it was the following quote that felt the most telling. All I can say is Alex is happy at Newcastle. He loves the players, the staff, the team, said Howe. Now, all of that can still be true. He has nothing but respect and admiration for those with whom he works on a daily basis, as well as the supporters. But the club, beyond the training ground, you wouldn't be so sure. When EO said in March that a new contract would be revisited this summer, Craig Hope's first reaction was he probably doesn't want one. This has proven to be the case. Do you think, if there are Neos and Paul Mitchell, well, Paul Mitchell clearly didn't think he needed a new contract.
Well, as I was going to say, there's a conflict of evidence there, isn't there? If he's saying Darren Eales offered him.
No. It says Darren Neal said in March that a new contract would be revisited this summer. Would be. Craig Hope's first reaction was he probably doesn't want one.
In March, Eales said it would be revisited this summer, like now. Yeah, right. Okay.
But it clearly, I don't know what we've offered him. I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
But it clearly ain't good enough. There remains a chance that Liverpool do not make the sales to raise the funds to finance the deal of around £150 million, and Isak could still sign enhanced terms to stay one more season. But see, again, what are we're just putting a tourniquet on and expecting to go about our lives. We can't do that.
Putting a tourniquet on is better than losing a leg to continue your analogy.
But you can't live with a tourniquet on. You got to fix the wound.
No, so we've got it. Then we would have a year to fix the.
A year to what? You can't just buy players whenever you want to. You gotta. When you fix the wound is when you get a proper striker in, and you get only 2 times to do that. Now and in the winter.
No. We've got a year to do it.
What are you talking about, man?
If he stays for a year, and we're in the league.
Okay.
What's he saying then?
Win. Listen, man. You. I get you. Yeah,
I'm asking. You're saying you don't have a chance to do anything once you put the tourniquet on. I'm saying you do.
Yeah, but you're putting us winning the league.
And if you put the tourniquet on, it gives you time to explore all the options.
What is all the options?
It gives us time to get replacements in.
What replacements? You only got 2 windows to do that, man. You can't do it throughout the year. Because once this window is over, you got to wait 6 months until you're able to get a striker in.
If we're keeping, we don't need to replace him. We still need other players, but we don't need to replace him.
Listen.
And that gives us the money that we would be spending to replace him to spend on other players. So that it's all about time. This is why I'm not averse at all to giving him another year. Even though he's proved disloyalty, if you want, I don't think he has, but whatever. He's a footballer. He's got no loyalty to the town. He wasn't born here. He's not like Alan Shearer.
And none of them do, by the way, because I know people.
None of them do, exactly.
None of them do.
So
and even Alan Shearer wanted to leave at some point.
And they are entitled, by the way. The players are entitled, who've all signed up to Newcastle. A lot of them when we were in dire straits. And they signed up to the project.
Listen,
we are going to go here. And by and large, we've done that.
Well, listen, I think what we can do
But we seem to have stalled. And the reason we've stalled is not Alexander Isak's fault. It's what's going on behind the scenes.
Oh, I agree with that part. Now, at some point, Isak, you need to, because Isak can't act like a petulant child either.
You love this petulant child. Anthony Gordon,
listen.
Child.
Well, he's definitely a petulant child. But
no, he's not.
But listen to this. You get to be upset about not renewing your contract, not giving you what we promised. You get to be upset about that. Perfect. You be upset. Throw your pram out the window, whatever you guys call it. Perfect. But what happens? What's the solution? That's it? Or are we actually going to make it better? Paul Mitchell's going now. Darren Eales is about to be gone. So are we going to make it happen or what? They screwed up. Perfect. They didn't give you what you were promised. Now we're here. I'm sitting in front of you, Isak, to make it happen. To work towards getting you the best deal that we can get. Because if we keep doing this, we didn't give them what we promised, then we're never going to get anywhere. Just like anything in life.
Right.
So we've got to.
So we've got to sit down in front of them.
We got to stop crying over spoiled milk, man.
And explain to them, look, PIF have not lost interest in the project. We're still on this trajectory. Give us an extra year and we'll prove it. Give us the chairman's flying over here right now, according to reports. So he's going to have personal words with them. But this is the thing. Al Ramayan has got other interests with PIF. Newcastle is a little drop in their bucket. A little drop. And the only time anything ever seems to get done here is when he intervenes. Because the hierarchy that his people are putting in place here are not fit for purpose. So he's, I think Al Ramayan does genuinely love Newcastle. Not maybe as much as Amanda did, but certainly he's proven that he does. And the fact that he keeps on coming over when there's a crisis, instead of leaving it to the people that have been appointed to deal with the crises, proves to me that there's a chance. And my worry is that if we take that chance and do the absolute best we can for Newcastle United, which is all I'm bothered about, that even if we're then persuaded, Isak, to give us another year and see how we get on, let us prove to you that we haven't given up on the thing. We are going to bring in reinforcements. It does two things. First of all, it means we've got the money that we would need to spend on an Isak replacement to spend elsewhere. And then we'll still have the money we get for him next year to replace him, as opposed to having to do both and juggle the books. And we've had an extra year out of him. And if he's the brilliant, fantastic player that you think he is, we'll benefit from that.
Me and everybody else in the world.
I cannot see a lose situation.
Well, it is because you're going to, listen, we cannot be lackadaisical. That's the problem. He can stay another year perfect. Squeeze another year out of him, but we know what's going to happen. So we cannot wait.
How do we know what's going to happen?
He's going to leave, man.
Are we going to be better in the Champions League with him? Are we going to be better in the league with him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
If he stays for another season. Your hope earlier was that we're going to win the Premier League. We're going to convince him. Okay, well, that's one hell of a dream.
Well, we may not
that could happen, right? Hold on, that could happen. First of all, let me thank Stu, by the way. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Says, guys, amongst all the tantrums, has anyone ever stopped to think that PIF are happy with the club's progress and the plan is working? 5 to 10 years. Well, first it was 5 years, so I don't know about 5 to 10 years. But listen, there might be. And listen, we made great progress. Money-wise, we made them a lot of money already. Their investment is well returned in a matter of
every
just
penny.
a year. So they may be happy with the progress. We don't know. We as fans have lived through it each in their own particular way. We've had it all bad. So we kind of want things quick, and maybe that's not the way life works. We shall see. But my issue with what you were saying earlier is that, to me, Isak leaving is inevitable. So we cannot lay around and wait for him to be convinced to stay and then act. We must get Sesko this summer, no matter how and when. We need to get Sesko in. Once we are reassured that we got the backup, that he can be acclimated to the Premier League, even better if Isak stays, because he can get acclimated. There won't be so much pressure on him. Even better. But we get Sesko in, then we hold the cards, because not only do we hold the cards because
We hold the cards, yeah.
he's contracted.
Which is
However,
the most important reason for getting him to stay another year.
well, he could. You can force him to stay. That's fine, but
It's no good forcing him to stay.
well, you're forcing him to stay because you're not facilitating him to leave.
No, you're not forcing him to stay. Al Ramayan will be over here and he'll be saying to Isak, look,
Man,
we realise you want to go, da-di-da. We realise you've lost trust in the project and what's been happening, da-di-da-di-da. Give us a year to prove you wrong.
by the way, Kaiser says, I'm sorry, but it's beneath this great club's history to beg a player to stay. Well,
why? This is all chess. This is what we did with Liverpool.
and you wanted to do that, by the way. So stop being a hypocrite. You wanted to do that. And you're recorded saying we should go out there and show them who's boss. And I'm not going to say the term that me and you discussing. You agree with me?
Yeah, I absolutely, because at the time, I had no idea. At the time I said that, I had no idea that the club would have been aware that Isak wanted to go. Completely different. If the club knew he wanted to go, that was the time to do the deal.
Thank you.
Stop none of this. Stop this Billy Big bollocks nonsense, and just do the deal, which would have been the best thing at the time for the club, because then we would have got Ekitike. And we could have probably had some sensible negotiations with Liverpool, saying, look, how about, Tim was on yesterday saying he quite fancies Gakpo. I don't personally, because for me he's a left winger, but by the by, we could have had a word about some of their players. Give us Harvey Elliott and 100 million or whatever. That was the time to do, if they knew Isak was upset, and by all accounts we're now learning that they did know. At the time I was saying stuff Liverpool, tell them to go and fly that kite, I had no idea that Isak then had made his feelings known.
Tony Ross, thank you for gifting the membership. Appreciate it very much indeed. It's going to East Durham Mag. So welcome, East Durham Mag. And please renew your membership once it's up, the free one. And thank you very much, Tony Ross. Welcome. Tony, are you a member? Come on now. Become a member, mate. Appreciate you, though. And everyone else.
TV Plus, so he must be, mustn't he?
No, but that's going to... Well, it is. It must be. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right, old man. You're right, old man. Appreciate it, Tony. Andrew Turney, Chris is absolutely right. If we somehow keep Isak here, he won't be invested. Not only that, he won't be invested. I don't think. Listen, man. I didn't so much say he's not invested. I mean, if he plays, I don't think he's going to start scoring own goals. I don't think Pope needs to worry about Isak when he's on the pitch. But my point is, he's wanting out. It won't change unless we make a substantial amount as far as a new contract. If we give him $300K a week, it might be all about money. He might stay. He might sign another contract, extend 2 years or 3.
Like I said, I would give him $250 and 50 in bonuses. And then it keeps him invested, because if he wants to get that extra $50K a week, he's got to or whatever it would be there.
Yeah, but if he knows from the back end that Liverpool, listen, mate, we're gonna give you $300K guarantee next year. Well, quite honestly, they can't really say that.
If he knows he's got a £2.5 million bonus coming at the end of the season if we finish in the Champions League, and a £5 million bonus if we win the league, that's going to keep him invested. My thoughts on that. I think every player should be on 20 grand a week and 50 grand a point. That would keep them invested.
It could. He's got a contract, so I mean he's bound to stay. I don't know. I'm not. Listen, this is a very, very difficult situation.
Listen, there's a lot of opinions saying just it's not like money matters to PIF. Is the narrative? So just stay for a year and train with the reserves. See how that suits you.
Well, that ain't gonna be good at all. So that we
But
got that to play. Now, listen,
it'll satisfy all the Billy Big Bollocks chest merchants.
which you were part of.
No, I
Now,
wasn't proud of
yeah,
it.
yeah,
No,
you were. Stop lying.
no.
So,
How many
so
times have you argued Newcastle are a massive club, and I'm saying no, we're not. Look where we are in the pecking order. How
no,
many times?
we are a
How
big
many
club.
times we had that conversation?
We are a big club. We right now cannot compete
We're a
against.
big club, but
We can,
we're not a super club yet, man.
but let me tell you something,
We're
Winnie.
on the
And I
journey.
put if I hope and I will close this channel down. Well, no, I'm not. I can't do that because obviously it's not just me. But I will leave the channel entirely if Man United come in or Arsenal come in. It's not even a fight. It's not even a fight. We're not bothered with them. Liverpool, it will be Man City, if you will, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to come in for Isak. Liverpool checks every single mark a footballer needs and wants. Every one of them. Looks like Real Madrid, Barcelona, just like Bayern Munich. So those are different clubs, with all due respect. Man United right now, to me, maintain their prestige throughout history, but they are not the club that they once was. They can come in for Isak right now. I guarantee you Isak is not bothered. I guarantee it. And I don't think they can pay $300K a week anyway, but that's one of the reasons. So, Jordy then,
thank you.
the PIF need a permanent direct contact at the club? 100%. But that should have been already.
Well, that should be the CEO.
True.
That's exactly what the CEO is there for. Apart from running Newcastle, of course, he is the go-to guy. He should be the go-to guy to keep them informed of everything that's going on at Newcastle.
Yeah. I will agree with Marco here. Sesko and Wissa now, don't take any chances. We need to get those guys in no matter if Isak stays or not. And now we're going to have a lot of leverage because now we can say we can take that money in. We can lose the striker, but we got strikers already. Now we can use the money on rebuilding it.
And
but
that's the point. And if we have the conversation now with Isak,
hit the like button, folks.
Saying, look, give us a year and let us prove to you
here we go.
that we still have the ambition which led you to join the club in the first place. By the way, when he joined, everybody seems to forget this. When he joined, he wasn't the superstar everybody's talking about. No, we've made him that.
Well, it's a two-way street, man. He made us and we made him. That's how it worked. But my point is, Newcastle's would make a massive, a biblical mistake, a diabolical mistake, immeasurable mistake. What else? Other adjectives to win? Give me some more. Give me some more. Come on, man. Give me some synonyms.
Dave, if you can't master the English language,
well, I don't speak the twat English you speak of. But if Newcastle will make a huge mistake if we think what was being reported earlier on, that we are looking to Sesko, we are looking at terms, we're looking to agree at all that. If Isak leaves, if we will make there's no word to describe the size of the mistake that we would make by not getting Sesko, by not getting those players, hoping that Isak stays. We need to reassure ourselves of getting those talents now.
What will make us equally an epic mistake if we've got even a chance of getting them to stay for another year.
No,
and we don't explore that avenue
100%,
absolute fullest.
100%. I don't disagree that that we need to just.
But a lot of people will disagree with that. A lot of people say good riddance, get shot.
No,
and I've said, listen, if anybody doesn't want to be at the club, piss off, good riddance. I only want players pulling the shirt on who are going to give everything to the cause. But I think Isak would.
Well, we don't know because Mancunian Way is asking a question, and he might be right. I really don't mean to be disrespectful, but when does Isak win big trophies? Now, how long does Isak give it? 1 year?
That's what I'm saying, Martin.
Yeah, but you know we've also got joining no club guarantees you're going to win anything. Look, everybody thought Liverpool were going to win the Europa League, and they were knackered. But if we as a club maintain or succeed our situation where, I don't know, doing really well in the Champions League and then finish third. I don't know. Listen, we were right there in the fight just like everybody else. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal can be they're the kings of being second, man. And they got all the money. They spend all the money. They got salary. They had spent all the salary. Now you can say teams like the team Man City were at the time. At the time, we'll see what happens this season. So don't get carried away, Martin. Ain't no story. You can't write Man City off. To be honest, but it's a difficult race, man. A difficult race. But we got to stay up there. We got to stay relevant and become better and better and better. And
we've got to give Revenge at 32 a shout out.
Thank you, Revenge. Woo! Well, that was when you saw 79,000 and you were like,
79,000 Indonesian rupees.
My goodness, you saw 79,000. You said, "This is it. This is it, man. We're retired." Anyone? Thank you very much, Revenger. Appreciate it, mate. Anyone, if they were promised something and they didn't follow through the first time, why would he believe that the team again by saying, "Let me prove and make it up"? Well, I mean, that's what. First of all, the people that made the same mistake are not there anymore, and it's part of life, man. People make mistakes, ask for forgiveness, and you move on. We also stay there. Listen, again, I will agree with Win on this one. Isak was not the star he is now without Newcastle United. Let's be honest. So it's a two-way street. It's a relationship where one of the parties is seeming to want to get divorced because they're not getting paid, and that's fine. But we can make it right. Now listen, Isak might say right now, is this report that we were reading, that he has no intention. Where was it? He remains open to Liverpool. He has no plans at this stage to sign a new deal at Newcastle. Has no plans. So maybe that maintains, and maybe he says, "Listen, I don't care about a new contract at Newcastle," and perfect. But it has to be told and it has to be clear. I muted you there. I don't know. There's something feedback coming through. When go ahead and unmute yourself though. So it might be that, and then it is what it is. We'll just move on. Now, Man City renewing their interest in Tino Livramento was scary to me. We're gonna get winning back in just a second. Don't forget, don't go anywhere. Hit the like button, folks. Come on, please do that right now. Smash the like button if you're a Toon fan. If you hate the Mackhams, if you hate the cartel, smash that like button and help us get more fans into the show. Jay says cash in or on Isak, get over 150 mil. Now, I read somewhere, I don't know how true that is, but that they quoted Craig Hope saying that we won 179 million pounds. Man, that is.
I think he said no.
179 million euros.
Yeah,
which is a lot more.
150 million pounds, and the reported again. There's that many reports flying about now. The reported deal that Liverpool have offered is 130 plus 10 add-ons, and Isak on 260 a week plus add-ons.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about as I've seen a few that are reporting that, but it's all just.
And by the way, I don't agree with people that say this, that if we, for example, you were mentioning that we could, if we wanted, we can act tough and put Isak training where if he doesn't want to play, put him training where he needs to be training, the reserves. He's contracted to do that. He can't just say, I don't want to train, I don't want to do nothing.
Correct.
So you can do that. I don't have anything against, but that would be the last resort. That would be the last option if he.
That's absolutely right, last year, because it does us no good either. We don't get any money, so we can't replace him.
Yeah.
And it just sends the vibes of the dressing room, which are so important at this club.
But I don't think that means, because some people on X have been saying that means that no other player is going to want to come to Newcastle because of how we treat our players. It has nothing to do with that.
No.
The players contracted. We have to hold some. There has to be accountability here. The player is contracted to do a job. If he's not wanting to do that, then he's not want to be part of the team. He can train with the reserves, and I have no issue with that. Never have I ever had issue with a player that doesn't want to play his part and do his job to train with the reserves. And listen, it's not going to be good for him. So I don't think it's going to resort to that. I think he's going to, even not wanting to, but he'll be back on the team if he doesn't find a suitor. 3 years left, man. What were we talking about? 2000 and what?
28.
We hold the cards. Now, we must know and act as if we hold the cards, because if we roll over, it's not going to be good. Let's go with some start comments
The
here.
problem is we've thrown a couple of jokers away out the cards. The prime, and again, it's all down to this timing thing. When did we know? Da-di-da-di-da, because we did hold all the cards before, until we heard that he wanted to explore other options.
Well,
we held all the cards until that very moment.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Tony Ross, for another super chat, mate. Appreciate it. No message there, but thank you very much for your kind donation. David Carmichael, we're going to go to some of your highlighted comments. If you see some good ones, highlight them. David Carmichael, my suspicion is because we are being so tight with any targets, PIF have restricted our spending. We may have 200K plus available, but only 150 pounds given to spend. Well, I don't know, but that's kind of more of the mighty win thing, that the PIF is the one holding some of these targets, holding the money, I guess, having the final say on what we pay on certain players. Nathan, I suspect that we'll make a deal early next week, and Isak signs a new deal of around $250 a week, then a couple of signings to follow.
I would love that to be the case, Nathan.
Jack.
Even my super optimistic glass half full has multiple reservations about that happening.
Mm-hmm.
The one bright thing, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that the chairman's coming over personally. So let's see if he can work his magic.
Yeah. Let me see here. More comments. Jack says, I'm not sure if Isak is a Liverpool fan, but Anfield is one of his favorite stadiums. I never heard of that. I don't know. Jay, however, I have a question. Can Isak resign, quit from his football contract as we would from any other job? No, you can't do that. No, he would be.
Well, he can,
but he has to pay the club.
He doesn't get. He doesn't get paid, and we still hold his registration.
So he couldn't play for anybody.
So he couldn't play for anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't do that. Trolls, I think we are waiting until the end of the window to give Isak a new contract because we are putting a release clause into it that we don't want to get triggered till either the next summer or January. Well, that's actually a good strategy, but I think the player would know that.
Again, it's an ideal scenario, but is it going to happen? Pie in the sky.
Let me see. Tom Spencer. He's definitely worth $300K a week, but it will break our wage structure. Do you think it will break our wage structure?
I think you give him $300K a week, would I? I think you give him $250, and then you could offer the whole squad, or certain members of the squad, if you like. Well, no, you would have to offer the whole squad, and some would get more than others. So you put you put £100 million figure in the pot and say, right, if we qualify for the Champions League and win the FA Cup, that £100 million pot will be divided equally, in pro rata their wages for everybody in the squad. That could work.
Yeah, I don't think other players have anything to do with it, man. If we have players saying, "Oh, what about me now?" We have a bunch of twats in the squad. That's what we do. We're talking about one player. We're gonna get him paid. He scores the goals. It is what it is. And if other players play good according to their position, they can negotiate a new contract. But we're not going to be doing this every time now.
He can only fire the bullets that everybody else supplies him with.
Let me see. Boom Shanka says, I think it's past a new contract now. He wants the chance to win big trophies in his career. It's as simple as that. He won't do it at Newcastle in the next 4 to 5 years, let's be honest. I don't know. I don't know, next 4 or 5 years, Newcastle have been very relevant rather quickly. Any big club that contends for the title don't come to Newcastle and don't expect Newcastle to roll over in any match. So they don't think we are an easy win. Man City don't think we're an easy win. They've been the best team for a long time. So things have changed. Things have changed, and it would definitely be changed if we were allowed to spend, but we're not. So I wouldn't say that. I get the reservations of people saying, Newcastle. I get it, because for a long time we've not done anything to change that mindset. But now is different. Before we forget, we gotta listen to Eddie Howe. He had a press conference, man. We didn't know about it. We would have had it. What happened?
I didn't know about it.
All right. Well, let's go and listen to Mr. Edward Howe as he's spoken about this whole situation a little bit. Let's go.
He will be aware he's in the news every day, and I'm sure that's not easy for anyone in that situation. Conversations that happen between Alex and the club, or Alex and myself, will stay private for obvious reasons. We do share a really good relationship with him. He's been magnificent for us for as long as he's joined. He's very popular in the dressing room, as I've said before. Would love him to continue his journey at Newcastle, and I think all I would say on the broader picture is whatever happens has to be right for Newcastle. We're in a very strong position financially. We're determined to be successful. We are ambitious. We've got a great season ahead of us. We need to add to the squad and continue to improve. And the journey can continue in an upward trajectory. I think that's what we all want. So that's what we're battling to try and achieve. First mentioned Astai just before and we should be minimally. And then I think...
well, we can't play in-game footage. So let me just fast forward a little bit.
Training very early, it didn't feel right. So he's now in Newcastle, getting that injury assessed. And yeah, hopefully he'll be back soon and playing in the black and white shirt. That's what we all want to see.
Very diplomatic statements there for Eddie Howe. Now, just to reiterate, Keith Downey now posting, because this interview was longer than this presser was longer than what we just played.
Well, I've watched the whole interview now on Newcastle United's official site, and it's bollocks. Welcome to Singapore.
Well, let me get the quotes from Keith Downey here, the main ones. Eddie Howe says the club's ownership will decide the future of Alexander Isak. That's pretty telling, because he must know that we're not gonna make any talks or entertain anything until I get there, meaning Rumayan. And he might be the only man to persuade Isak to stay, but then again, I think that's just extending the marriage longer than it needs to be.
Putting the tourniquet on, giving us a chance to repair the damage.
But let's go with the quotes here. I've welcomed players back to the group, and I've sold players. It's all a part of being a football manager. Every situation will take on an individual basis. He also said, but there is a wider picture from here. There's a lot of football club. There's a whole football club that has to make a decision. The manager has an option, but ultimately the decision rests with the board, especially with the money involved in modern-day transfers. Also, he says, I see this challenge as a part of the job. I've had a good grounding at Bournemouth in my early career when any player who did well was gone. Lastly, he said on these quotes, the club will make the right decision with all the information that it has, ultimately to move the club forward. We're trying to improve the standard as best we can, regardless of Alex's situation. The team never stands still, and that's always the way it has been.
And he hasn't included there what I think was the most important quote and spectacularly damning quote of his whole press conference was, I haven't been directly in touch with the board this week. If that's true, it's just...
Well, you would assume it's true.
And they were his words.
I mean, you wouldn't think he would be making that statement if he did. Well, I mean, I don't know. They've been traveling, I guess you can say. I don't know.
What? And that stops you getting on the phone, or does it? I don't know.
Well, if you're traveling, yeah. Change your time. You're in Singapore, man. Everybody else sleep.
Private aircraft.
You can't talk on the phone, fool.
Satellite communication.
Oh,
PIF. Are you telling me Al Ramayan can talk to whoever the hell he wants, wherever the hell he is? Shut up, man.
So Jefferson, of course, his anti-Howe agenda, and that is true now because he's saying he's right. We're not standing still. We're going backwards.
Hello, Jeff.
But well, he might have a point too. By the way, I mean I don't know. Well, actually, you do have a point. We're going backwards, but not because of Eddie Howe, because of everything else related to it. And listen, he might be
from 7th to 5th, and we're first trophy in 70 years, and we're going.
Well, all of that is we're going backwards though, and not in the sense that this window we got to look at football.
We'll
and
find
renew.
out if we're going backwards at the end of next season.
What we're talking about as far as getting the team better, man. See, now I disagree with Jefferson. Now you're making me agree with Jefferson. It makes no sense, man. Listen, you cannot have it both ways. This window has been.
Often have it both
we're going backwards. We have regressed this window. We're supposed to be making the team better.
Everybody's
reporting that. Everybody, come on, man. Wait, stop playing, man. Nobody believes that delusion anymore. Come on now.
So you don't think we're going to get anybody in that's going to improve the team?
Yeah, we might.
Let's assume even we'll lose Isak.
Yeah, if we get Sesko in, that's 1 for 1 if Sesko performs.
Yeah,
so, and we still haven't.
And we aren't going to get anybody else.
And we still haven't performed. We still haven't. With the team that we had, we needed to improve.
The time to judge this, whether we're going forwards or backwards, is at the end of next season.
Okay, well, we shall see then.
Because that's the only time you can measure.
All right, cool. So you're happy then? You think everything is great? We'll assess.
That's not what I said.
Rashik Rai, if Isak signs a new contract, then he will be with a release clause. Derek Sharp, we all know if Barcelona or Real Madrid come in for Isak, we would forget Liverpool. He would forget Liverpool. 100%. Big Joe, Liverpool.
Second order.
Before this window, spent 12 million last 3 windows. Walked the league. Exactly. Big Joe, win. It's over, mate. You're getting them right now. When you announce Sesko and Wissa, then what? They can all play together. But now you're in a much stronger position.
Well, keep Isak on his toes.
Ali McMurtry, he ain't staying when has won to Liverpool for a while. Need to sell and get the money for new strikers. He's going.
And that's the point. If we've known he's wanted it for a while, then when they came in for him, we should have done the deal then when we were in charge. Right now we aren't.
Yeah, we are.
No,
he wants to leave. Man. Yeah, we are. Technically, we are. Yeah. Well, he's contract. He doesn't have to. We don't have to sell him. No matter if he says I want to leave, beg, kneel, whatever he wants, he don't have to sell him. I agree that we might need to.
Have to. And what good will that possibly do us?
He needs to play.
Then we would be going backwards because we wouldn't have him, and we wouldn't have the money to buy another replacement.
We have money to buy a replacement right now. We can buy Sesko without selling Isak.
We can buy not a replace. We're not looking to buy a. We weren't looking prior to all this kicking off. We weren't looking to buy a replacement. We were looking to buy reinforcements.
Yeah, but it's
and if we put him in the juniors.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna. I don't think because it will be detrimental to Isak. Because you think Liverpool is gonna want him after a season being set out on the bench? Football is now. And it's old news tomorrow, man.
And he knows that.
Exactly. So if he sets out for a year, do you think that any club is going to be knocking down for him? No. He wants to play and still showcase his talent. Let me go with the super chat. The last one that came in. Appreciate very much.
Which is why, if we can persuade him to give us another year, he will want to showcase his talent. And we'll get the benefits of it.
Crypto Rambo, thank you very much for that kind super chat, mate. Says, what if it was the plan all along? Isak and Howe set it up to force PAF to put up more money in the transfer.
I love a good conspiracy theory.
And then Isak,
Crypto Rambo, you're my kind of guy.
And then Isak signed at $250K a week. This could be a 4D chest by Eddie and Isak. Yeah, but the likelihood of that
was my theory about Saturday's performance against Celtic.
That we lost on purpose.
We lost on purpose. So
yeah, well, that is your delusional then. You are very much delusional. Stephen Kennedy.
It was tongue in cheek.
lads, mark my words. Liverpool playing a game with us. They will keep Isak on the line until it's too late to get a replacement, just to make it hard for us. It's a ploy. It's just a ploy to stifle our ambitions. That's why I think it don't matter if Isak leaves or stays. Now, he has shown his cards. We know what Isak is playing now. We need to get Sesko. We need to get Wissa in immediately, whether he stays or goes. And then we'll be in a much better position. Flynn,
Agreed.
if Tino goes to City, it's for money. Liverpool will have all the trophies with Isak and company. PDK, after all this, I can say really walk back into that dressing room. In my opinion, I don't think so. After all, can Isak really go back there? I think he could, but it's difficult. But it could have a leader in there that says, man, I don't think the way this played out is good for the dressing room, good for the team. So, I guess keep it quiet or whatever. But Isak could say, yeah, man, that's right, but it's my life and I need to get myself sorted. So, I don't know.
Jimbo there is saying, it's got the point, I don't believe Eddie because he lies all the time.
That's true, by the way.
And
that's not a trait.
It's whether he lies, he certainly keeps things concealed. And he had that wonderful
That's one way of putting it.
appearance with Keegan. And he said, if I could, I think the interviewer said, if you could give Eddie one piece of advice, what would it be? He says, be honest with the fans. He says, if you're honest with the fans, they'll be loyal to you forever. If you start lying to them, you've lost the plot. And that was 18 months ago he said that.
All right.
Never truer words spoken.
Let's go more comments here. Mancunian Way, lesser his time on contracts, less the fee Newcastle get. They'll remember that, Chris.
Well, obviously that's the case, but at least we'll then have had another season out of him to try and up our game.
Bilbo, lads, did you see the Geordie Journals clip saying that there are other players in the squad who are unhappy with the club, sold them a dream, and gave certain promises not as rosy behind the scenes? Well,
this is what I'm saying. Isak could be the first domino.
Mm-hmm.
If we sell Isak and don't have a spectacular rest of the window, then it'll be absolutely the case, and it'll be true, and I don't blame the players.
No,
because they were sold the dream, the project. We're going to do this, that, and the other, and hitherto we've done it.
Mm-hmm.
But selling Isak and not bolstering the squad in this window is saying to them, "Oh, hang on, what's going on?"
All right, Marco. If Darren Eales was a snake, he wouldn't be partying with the fans. I believe his heart is with the club. Yeah, but listen, man, he needed to be gone a long time ago. I like Darren Eales.
Whether he's, but all I'm saying is, again, we all have sympathy with his illness and so on and so forth. But that's not the club's problem. Darren Eales, to me now, has proven to be incompetent. Even though, by the way, it was Darren Eales who said, power to his elbow, every player has a price.
Yeah. Oh.
So he was truthful enough there when he said that.
All right. Last comments, Marco. There we read that one. Snow Leopard. Isak needs to move on, not at least because he's indicated he wants to. Kaiser can't hold the player hostage. The reputational damage from that alone would be horrible for a club that already struggles to attract players. I don't think so. If a player thinks, oh man, I can't not fulfill my contract and do what I want,
it would be less than everybody else who's on contract.
Exactly. I would say I can do whatever I want then. Why can Isak do whatever he wants and I can't? If I'm Tonali, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so I don't believe in that crap. Michelle Ellis, PIF need to sort out the structure. Welcome, Michelle. Sharon Richards says, why do you want to keep him when he wants to go? Bad attitude amongst the players will not be good. I want him gone.
Why do I want to keep him?
Let me finish the comment, man. I want him gone. Get Sesko and Wissa, and that's what will happen. There is no way Eddie will want him now. Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
Why do you want to keep him when he wants? Why do I want to keep him? Because he's one of the best strikers in the league. That's why I want to keep him.
Well, I say that. Wynn doesn't say that. He's just saying it now to argue with whoever just posted that. But I agree with you.
When have I ever said he's not one of the best strikers in the league?
If you don't think he deserves 300K a week, then you don't think he's one of the best strikers in the league.
I don't think we can afford to pay him. I think
You said we did.
Us paying him 300 grand a week would wreck the wage structure, and we can't afford it.
I literally asked you that, and you said, no, it wouldn't. We can give it to him. But other players might feel about it. You just said that, man. You literally couldn't.
What are you talking about?
Man, you literally said it. People in the chat, did he say yes or no?
Listen.
Say it right now.
Is Isak worth £300,000 a week?
I think so, yeah.
If he's going to a club who can afford to pay those wages, of course he is.
Yeah.
We can't. Accept the fact. Just get used to it. We are where we are.
I literally asked you, and you said yes. But other players would be upset. Again, PDK.
Well, that's right, and that's why I would. Yes, we could. We could financially
PDK,
afford.
good. So what? Now you're saying no? What are you talking about? Oh, PDK, you're right. I flip
Which
flop.
bit of common sense do you not understand?
I flip flop, man. You're flip flopping, man. Come on now. Listen, man. We can't have a good conversation with you, man.
What are you talking about flip
You're
flop? I'm
worse.
saying we can easily afford to pay him 300 grand a week.
So what do you do? Fucking hell, man. Oh, you're killing me, man.
But if we do, we're not just talking about paying him 300 grand a week.
Why?
We're then talking about paying all of the rest of the players much more than they're already on as well.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Everybody,
Well,
every
yeah,
player,
you do. Yeah,
every
you
player's
do.
individual contracts. People
So
get paid more,
it's gonna
or other
wreck the
people.
dressing room.
No, you don't. I can't go to my job right now and say, "Hey, man, why is my team leader and
you're
boss?"
useless at it. Isak's good at his job.
Yeah, exactly. So why am I I don't get to go to my job and say, "Hey, man, why does my team leader get paid more than me? I need to get paid. I want more money now."
The reason
You
he's
can't do that.
the reason he's a team leader, that's because he's better than you.
Exactly. So Isak is better than everybody else. So what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, but here's the thing though.
No.
If you're Tonali, he
Yeah,
could get
I told
300
you,
he
Tonali,
could get
and that's
300 grand
it.
a week anywhere else
Only
as well.
only Tonali. Nobody else. Everybody else got
Bruno.
really good contracts and deserve what they're getting.
Bruno could.
No, Bruno is already on 100, almost 180. He don't deserve no more. Come on,
Well,
man. Stop playing, man.
Well, they all deserve more. If you're comparing their wages to what everybody else is paying.
All right. Well, that's fine. People see through you, Mighty Win. People see through you in the chat, boy. Okay, that's good though. People are paying attention to the chat. That's very good to the conversation. And you know when flip flops, man. He's our
Win doesn't flip flop at all.
Win is Ty from AFTV. It's been determined that it's been confirmed. So there you go. Listen, last but not least, I actually wanted to show what Barcelona are struggling to find a club that want to buy Ronald Araujo despite lowering his for 50 million euros. 50 million euros. Ronald Araujo is one of the elite center backs in the world.
Bollocks.
He's having issues with Barcelona at the moment. That has nothing to do with us. 50 million euros is less than what? 40, a little bit over 40 million pounds.
46.
We need a center back. People say he's on 160 a week, man. We can't afford that. What the hell? What were we going to pay Marguerite? Because he wasn't going to come in for less than that, 150 a week. So Newcastle once again knackered.
We are knackered.
I mean, because I don't get it, man.
I have Scalvini every day above Araujo.
So you ain't got a damn clue, man. You ain't got a damn clue. But that's why you got to expand your football knowledge, man. It's kind of hard with talking to Scalvini. You didn't even know.
Just because he's South American, man.
No, ain't got nothing to do with it. He's a good center back. I for one, don't give a damn where they're from or where they play. So, and by the way, he's playing just at Barcelona Football Club.
Well, except he's not playing.
He is. Yeah, he is.
He can't get a game.
Before he used to be the number one center back. Now the manager has chosen.
And then he got injured.
He got injured, exactly.
And he's never been the same player since he came back.
Now the manager. It's the manager's decision. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. Again, we Newcastle United fans want to have it all. We want to have the best center back in the world, the best striker in the world. We can't pay for it. Shut the hell up, man. And not to you, to anybody else that's delusional enough to think that we can have it all. No, we can't. Again, I've been told we got to know where we are in the pecking order.
You've got to be in your bonnet for Araujo. Big deal.
Araujo and any other player. Everybody else makes moves other than us because we are close-minded. We're not open-minded, and that's the issue of Newcastle United. we are knackered, and we is me and other folks
Well,
in the
well,
channel.
well, that- well,
we
that
have been
knackered-
calling it.
Well, that
we have been
we're in
saying
the
it.
Champions League and won our first trophy.
We
in
have been. Oh,
70
here we go.
years.
And listen, and that's something you celebrate
That's
forever.
how
I guess.
knackered we
That's
are.
what- we are knackered.
We are knackered.
Listen, we are close-minded. Everybody else makes moves. We want it all, and we can't have it all. We got to understand that. We got to come to that realization. We have to be open-minded to other players. But we're not. And that is the biggest problem with Newcastle United right now, that we think we're big bollocks, and we're not. And
Oh, you're agreeing with me now.
I
Who's
agree with that.
flip-flopping now?
no, I'm not. I've always said that we need to be open-minded to other players, the other
No,
leagues.
no, you've just said
you
there-
are not.
You've just said the thing about Billy Big Bollocks, and we're not. Exactly, we're not.
Anyway, lovely show today, ladies and gentlemen. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and
Hit
Fluff
the like
says
button, please.
Help
us along.
this Chris is brain dead. Fluff, I appreciate it, mate. Thank you for watching and giving us those views. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe tomorrow, match day. We're going to be live an hour before kickoff, so join us. Newcastle United versus Arsenal in Singapore. We'll see what happens then. So appreciate everyone.
Fun,
Don't forget to
fun,
subscribe.
fun all the way.
Don't forget to subscribe. Nothing else. Checking my phone. Nothing else coming out of the Isak situation. Hopefully it gets sorted. But either way, highway the lads. We'll see you all on the next one. One more way. Hold on. One super stick chat from Mancunian Way. Thank you very much, mate. Says
Yes,
Union
man.
question.
Man.
If Isak stays but doesn't extend, his value only goes down, or his value only goes down surely. So it's kind of rocking a hard place, to be honest. Such a shame for Utah fans. Well, he doesn't.
I agree with you, Martin.
He doesn't. His
we're
value
ready-
doesn't go down if he.
Thank you
doesn't
for the
play.
super chat, but we read your chat before, which said more or less the same thing. And I agreed with you. Yeah, his value will go down because he's got a year left on his contract. But we will have had a year of him playing for us.
But no, though, it's 2028 when his contract is up.
Yeah, so he's got
season,
3 years left on it now. He'll only have 2 years at the end of the end of the season.
Yeah, so we still hold the cards, and
Yeah, but not as many
And
cards
his-
as you hold when he's got 3 years.
and his valuation won't go down. And
Unlike
if he
say
plays.
Gay, who could run his down and
He's
then
thinking-
go for free.
I'm thinking more PSR. I think he's saying. But
All right.
anyway, appreciate everybody. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. And we'll see you all tomorrow for match day one. Don't forget, an hour before kickoff. Join us tomorrow. Tomorrow morning for me. Well, morning for you, I think, as well. So there you go.
11:30.
Anyway, we'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
How are the lads?